Ladies and gentlemen, heels and heelettes, welcome back to the latest episode of Blunt Impact. I am your boy Chris G. Back again with my co-host Mary Jane with another episode. This time we're reviewing the May 19th edition of Impact Wrestling. We got a lot to get into. Some tourney matches, an X Division match, a couple storylines that are kind of interesting, kind of piquing my interest. Before we get started, I want to shout out a couple of true heels. Their birthdays passed. We're part of the May crew. Everybody has birthdays in May. We're just so popping. So happy birthday to my good brother, Drunk Guy JJ, and my good brother, SP3, the true heel phenom himself. Happy birthday, my brothers. For everybody at home, I hope you have your blunt, your bong, your joint, your pipe, whatever you're smoking out of. I hope it's ready because I got my blunt ready. And on the count of 3, I'm going to light up. I hope you light up as well, okay? 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. We got a new little set today. Not really. I'm just in my living room instead of my kitchen. We open up Impact, of course, with the regular intro. Josh Matthews and Madison Rayne are on commentary once again. We start off with a tournament match in the first round still of the number 1 contenders tournament to the World Championship. And this match is between Rhino and Ken Shamrock's replacement, Ace Austin. Last week, if you remember, Ken Shamrock was on Locker Room Talk with Madison Rayne and Johnny Jabroni. Michael Elgin came, beat him up. So, Ace Austin took his spot. Went into management and said, let me get a shot. I'm X Division or former X Division champ. Like, I'll hook it up with a title shot. So, they gave him a spot in the tournament and he beats Rhino. May I say, Rhino is built like a fucking brick house. Like, huffing up huffing, you ain't knocking that motherfucker down. Ace Austin uses a lot of his heel tactics to get away from Rhino, kind of take his time and strategize on how to beat Rhino because Rhino's just so much bigger than him. He does this one spot where he's trying to get like a rope break away from Rhino and he just like suicide dives through the middle rope and just lands on his back outside and it's just like, fuck it, I'm going to take the L just not to get gored. It was very well paced. It was a good back and forth towards the end. I haven't liked the Rhino match in a long time, and I actually like this one. So it's a credit to Ace because Ace can make anybody work. Even if it's not at his pace, they still look better. Ace is pretty good. So, and Rhino's not bad himself. So, pretty good match to start off Impact Wrestling. Next up, we get an interview between Josh Matthews and Moose. And Josh Matthews is continuing to say, Moose, you did not win a championship. That championship doesn't exist anymore. You are not a champion. And Moose just keeps telling him, put some respect on my name. Put some respect on this belt. I am the champion. I am the only true world champion right now because I show up with a belt. So, this leads to a rematch with Suicide. Because Suicide feels like he got cheated last week. Because he did. He got a little blowed. Whatever. But he's getting a title shot again. Title shot again. Next up, we see Tasha Steelz, who just signed to Impact, the Boricua Badass, represent, and she gets approached by Kiera Hogan. And Kiera has this proposal, right? I'm the girl on fire. You got the Latina heat. Let's join forces, basically. And they, quote unquote, agree to start snatching bitches up. I like it. Snatch that bitch up. Next up, we have Dave Christ of OVE versus Crazy Steve. Twosies. Crazy Steve gets the win. The story here is that OVE has no fucking leadership, so they keep losing. Then Joseph P. Ryan is also in the middle of this because they were crazy shaming Crazy Steve last week. So now he's just out there observing on his little fucking iPad. Steve started off hot. Dave Christ, uses a little bullshit heel tactics, starts taking over the match, starts working on Crazy Steve. This was kind of slow for me. Too slow pace. Especially Crazy Steve back in the day. If you ever watched his matches, he could go at a really good pace. He still looks like he's in good shape. So, I just It was what it was. After Crazy Steve gets the win, Madman Fulton gets pissed and he leaves OVE. My guy, Madman Fulton quits OVE. He chokes, puts both of these Chris brothers in fucking chokeholds and then just throws him, slams him down, rips off his OVE shirt. My man, that's what I'm talking about. Hopefully, start getting some dubs under your belt because you take fucking L after L after L. You're like the Cleveland Browns. Next up, we get Rosemary at the bar. And she's talking to Taya's dog again. Because I don't know how she keeps snatching it up. But she got Taya's dog. So Johnny Bravo comes. And, you know, he's bitching about she took the dog. But then she starts flirting with Johnny Bravo. Johnny Bravo kind of don't know how to react. He's like, you're weird. Like, I kind of don't want to get hit on by you. Rosemary looked like she do some freaky shit. So Bravo, I don't know, man. You might have to take that plunge for all of us. She start bringing out chains and whips and start trying to lash people. And nah, I'm good. I'm straight. I don't need that shit in my life. Next up, we have a tag match between Triple XL, which is Larry D and AC Romero versus Falaba and TJP. Falaba and TJP get the win. The story here really is the chemistry between Falaba and TJP. Larry D and AC Romero actually work good together too, given the circumstances of the styles that they have, right? They mesh together good. But they're very slow, they're very methodical, they're big men. TJP and Falaba have a totally different dynamic, and they know how to use it because, well, TJP is just a smart motherfucker. The match started off slow, lots of holds, basically working each other over, everybody's taking turns. Then you start to get a little back and forth, some hot tags in between. Towards the end, we had a couple good false finishes, get you really into the match. Falaba and TJP pick up the win, and I don't know, maybe they're going to get another title shot soon at the North. Next up. Woo! Next up, we have Suicide taking on Moose for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship in a title match. This was not the same match from last week. This match was much slower. Moose dominated most of the match. Towards the end, it gets really intense. They start having some good exchanges, but Moose steals the win once again with a roll-up. Tries to pull his tights, but Suicide has a one-piece like bodysuit, so he pulls his suit, I guess. I don't know. He gets the 3 count. That's all I know. He gets the 3 count. I like the momentum that Moose is on, and I'm starting really to get this whole storyline of him bringing back the TNA Heavyweight Championship, even though he's not really champion. He's making himself a champion, and he's like the interim champion since Tessa's out for the time being. So I like it. I'm a Moose guy. He's one of the guys I look forward to watching every Tuesday, and hopefully he gets to hold the actual championship soon. Next, we get a Michael Elgin promo. He's comparing himself to Muhammad Ali and Conor McGregor. They talk shit. Nobody likes it, but then they back it up. And now, everybody loves them. Well, that's how Michael Elgin's going to be. I like Elgin. It was a really good promo. It was intense. I would actually encourage people to check it out. It's a little weird how he says shit, but you can believe it because he's a very believable character. Next up, we got Chris Bay hyping up Johnny Swinger for his matchup next. And he basically tells him like, yo, bro, not in these words, but he tells him, you don't have to win the championship. Just make sure you beat up Willie Mack. So I could try to win the championship sooner or later. Johnny Jabroni don't know that though. Next up, we have Willie Mack defending his X Division Championship against Johnny Swinger, and you already know who wins this one. Swinger actually starts off hot, gets in a lot of offense. It's a quick match, 4 or 5 minutes. But for the first 2 minutes, Johnny Swinger's really in control. Then Willie Mack takes over, hits his signature moves, 1, 2, 3. Nice title defense under his belt. But after the match, Chris Bay comes out. Well, Johnny Jabroni initiates it, but they start jumping my man Willie Mack. So Willie Mack gets jumped, and these guys become boys. Bay and Swinger basically tell you, yeah, I fuck with you. Yeah, I fuck with you too. So now they fuck with each other. That's weird, but hey, it is what it is. Where's Rich Swann? He's coming soon, hopefully. Next, we see the North in Canada. They say they have no contenders left. They beat up everybody. Everybody. Who can they possibly beat next and defend their titles against? You see Cody Deaner come out of nowhere with a beer in his hand, of course. My man says, listen, my family run deep. I'm challenging for the belts next week. So, he's going to have a mystery partner. He's going to be one of his 18 cousins. Hopefully he's not fucking one of them. And, you know, they're going to have a nice tag team wrestling match. I say that just played around. But don't fuck your cousin. That's nasty. For the main event, we have Michael Elgin versus the Draw Sami Callihan in the last first round tournament match. I would have personally liked to see this in the finals, but I'm glad they gave us one hell of a match. Michael Elgin really dominated the whole match because the story here was that Sami is still hurt from Ken Shamrock's ankle lock when he passed out. He still got a bump ankle. So Elgin works on the ankle. Every time Sami gets a little offense in, Elgin goes back to the ankle. Bam. Gets on. Puts him down. This went on for the majority of the match until finally Sami got some offense in. They went back and forth. But at the end of the day, that ankle just couldn't hold up. Michael Elgin hits the Elgin bomb. 1, 2, 3. Michael Elgin goes on to the next round. He will be facing Trey. And on the other side of the bracket, it will be Hernandez versus Ace Austin. So I'm excited to see who's going to win this tournament. Hopefully, it leads into something good. Impact got a lot of good things going forward for them. This was one of the better episodes. Every match was solid. It was watchable. Not too much comedy, just enough. Can't go wrong with that. It was a pretty good show. So, we'll see what happens next week. Subscribe, like, share, comment. Tell your friends to tell their friends. Tell your cousins. We're all safe. We're all home. We're all quarantining. We're all social distancing. Distancing. Can't say it. The weed got me. Tell your cousins, tell your aunts, tell your aunts' cousins, tell your cousins' uncles, tell everybody. We at True Heel Heat have whatever you need for wrestling. And wrestling slowly but surely is coming back little by little, so I'm excited. You should be too. You know where to follow me. I'm your boy Chris G. For my co-host, Mary Jane. We'll see you next time.